Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Phaki.
So thank you for coming to Empowering Wellness at Home. We're doing a video today. This is a tapping just to go from the the historic and wild times that we are in right now, where there's an environment of unrest and disagreement, so that we can go from all of that unrest or some of it's really wonderful healing stuff that's coming up, and some of it's like people screaming at each other in grocery stores, and to cultivate peace and unity, because wherever we're going as a planet, we're all going to get there together, even if we disagree with each other. So regardless of what our individual beliefs are, we still do have to live with each other.
And we have to get through this. It's like it's not just as far as everything going on with you know the illness going around. I won't say the name. It's like we all have to. The only way we're going to get through it is if we all come together and work together.
Yeah, so I had last weekend I had like four things with like come together. Like I heard the Beatles song like two times. A friend wrote a song with that name. And then I was driving, and the first thing I saw, like I hadn't heard the Beatles song in like ever, and then all of a sudden I'm hearing it everywhere I go. And then I look up and someone has a sign that says come together. So it's like, this is what, it's obviously synchronicity.
And synchronicities, today's Ringo's birthday.
Oh, wonderful. Come together. He didn't write that one, I don't think.
And Ringo actually is having a birthday party today on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. Ringo, I think it's his 80th birthday, and it's all about peace and love.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
So,
Really,
synchronicities.
synchronicities that I even mentioned him. And just this idea of coming together, finding peace also, even with people whose beliefs are so out there right now. What's one thing we're seeing is with Facebook and social media, we know like what everybody is thinking. And even if you agree with them, sometimes it's like so out there, or sometimes it's just people who are just like,
Well, and then wearing a mask now is political,
everything.
and that is the craziest thing to me, because, I just feel like, that should not be the reason whether people wear a mask or not.
Well, it's everything is political, and it's also, as spiritual people, I think it's so important with this kind of, it's like a test, because you can have your own logical beliefs, but I think one thing that's important is, even if someone is acting out and being really illogical, unkind, I mean, in certain ways unethical, because some of the things that people are purporting are just so false and unreal.
We can't take it personally.
You can't. Well, and well, you can. I will say that sometimes it's, like in this instance, it's more like what I try to do, instead of saying I won't take it personally, is just to say, well, I'm going to be the person who finds the equanimity, like just the calm, where I don't have to co-sign with what they're saying. I don't have to be in agreement with it. And in fact, if it's something that I find, to be offensive in any way, I'll do my best to speak up, but also to really be that compassionate person that I wish that they would be. Instead of saying you're not being compassionate, so now I get to make fun of you, or I get to call you this name.
Or being judgy.
I can be judgy. Yeah, I get to be in judgment of you, which is like, that creates, the problem with that is it creates more of what we start with. So instead, if we start cultivating this belief in peace and unity, that doesn't mean we have to agree with each other all the time, but we're still here together on this planet.
And the other thing that they always say too is that the more you judge the others is how you judge yourself.
Exactly.
So like the more judgmental you are, that's how you are to yourself.
And those people who are judging, they're judging because, I'll put, I'm in, we don't usually talk about our feelings or not feelings, but our political beliefs. But I will say that one thing I notice, I'll see people or posts that I agree with, like I agree with their politics or I agree with what they're saying, but the way that they say it is so judgmental, specifically like the mask thing. I've seen people talk about their neighbors in such a way that it's just so, that shows something like a lack of compassion,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's important to all of us, for all of us to really try to cultivate that unity and love and understanding.
Yes, and we have to practice it and practice 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 and practice.
And it's a constant thing to remind ourselves, because it's really easy, and I am not a perfect person and I never would claim to be, but the work I'm doing is focused on healing, and so I do believe in the healing dignity in all human beings, even if I don't agree with things they've done or things they are or who they, what they believe in. I still believe in healing and yeah.
And we don't know anybody's road, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So let's start tapping. There's so much trouble in this world.
There's so much trouble in this world.
The news is so frightening.
The news is so frightening.
And I am scared.
And I am scared.
Scared for my future.
Scared for my future.
Scared of my neighbors.
Scared of my neighbors.
Scared of some of my friends.
Scared of some of my friends.
Scared for my friends.
Scared for my friends. Scared for the children.
Scared for the children.
The innocent children.
All children. What children are learning right now?
All the children.
It's so frightening.
It's so frightening.
When are we going to learn?
When are we going to learn
How to love each other?
how to love each other?
How to come together?
How to come together?
How to
talk without arguing?
talk and listen? How to listen?
Talk and listen
Without arguing?
without arguing.
When are we going to learn?
When are we going to learn
The power of our words.
the power of our words?
When are we going to start listening?
When are we going to start listening? When are we going to start or stop pointing the fingers?
When are we going to stop pointing fingers? When are we going to open our ears and our hearts?
When are we going to open our ears and our hearts?
How do we do that?
How do we do that?
I'm breathing the same air as you are breathing.
I'm breathing the same air that you are breathing.
And I'm entitled to breathe that air.
And I'm entitled to breathe that air.
And you are entitled to breathe that air.
And you are entitled to breathe that air. And we together are entitled to flourish.
And we are all entitled to flourish.
We are all entitled to succeed. We are all entitled to have love. And to be love.
And to being. So when can we learn?
So what can we learn?
From each other.
From each other.
When can we start listening?
When can we start listening?
Now I can start listening.
Now I can start listening.
I can be the one to listen.
I can be the one to listen. I choose to listen.
I choose to listen.
I choose to be the listener.
I choose to be the listener. I choose
I choose.
to be honorable.
I choose to be honorable.
I honor the light within myself.
I honor the light within myself.
And I honor the light within you.
And I honor the light within you. That sounds like something Yoda would say.
I think it's yoga. It's
Yoda yoga.
It's yoga. I honor the light.
I'm out of the way.
I honor the light. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna have to edit this one because we have to keep going.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I can't help it. You're making me laugh.
I honor the light.
I honor the light. I'm sorry.
I'm open to healing.
I'm open to healing.
To be a healing presence.
To be a healing presence.
With my laughter.
With my laughter.
With my kindness.
With my kindness.
With my loving heart.
With my loving heart.
I choose to be a person.
I choose to be a person.
Who listens.
Who listens.
I choose to be a person.
I choose to be a person.
Who chooses honor.
Who chooses honor.
And love over fear.
And love over fear.
And I'm spreading that love.
And I'm
spreading that love.
And I am spreading that love.
All over this country.
All over this country.
And all over this world.
And all over this world.
Whew. How you feeling, Cynthia?
I'm telling you, I'm having all of these releases. I'm laughing like crazy. Whew. But I feel better. A lot better. Yeah.
You made me laugh, so that's good.
Well, this root chakra is like really intense.
Yeah. So so that's, I'm glad you mentioned the root chakra. We've been doing a series on root chakra. And actually, although we didn't mention it at the beginning, this is still a part of root chakra healing because, when you get into this negativity of just thinking about your tribe and not thinking in a global sense about connect. So there's people who are connecting to their ancestors and making powerful, positive changes. And then there are people who are being really tribal and rooted in this like me scarcity. So we want to be,
and this and people are holding on to things that are not there, not real, and exactly. You know what I mean.
Exactly.
Just, yeah.
So
imaginary fears.
Imaginary or exaggerated fears. So there are exaggerated, and then there are fears that are valid, but maybe we can start being still caring towards others. Even
but the cool thing about the fears that are valid is that we're all experiencing them together.
Yes, exactly. So we can start working to be unified.
It's the perfect time to heal together.
Heal
When you're hurting together, it's the best time to heal together.
Oh my gosh. Heal together, come together. Yes, I love it. You're making me happy today.
Full circle.
Full circle, making it work here. Yes. I'm doing hand motions.
The chakra dance.
Chakra dancing. Thank you so much for watching this today. Thank you for coming to Empowering Wellness at Home. I'm Phaki Lasivu.
And I'm Cynthia Schaub.
We're both EFT practitioners. I'm also a Reiki master.
And I'm a massage therapist.
Yeah. And you're also, you've got a lot. She's got a lot more that she's not.
Yeah, but it's okay.
She's got a lot more that she's great. So thank you so much for joining us, and we'll have a lot more videos for you soon.
We have lots and lots of videos.
Absolutely.
And they're all going to be fun.
Yeah, like and subscribe to our channel. Anything else to say, Cynthia?
And you can hit that little notification button and it'll let you know every time we upload videos to our channels.
Have a good one.